PK here. On this segment of PK Chats, I'm going to do a little follow-up to my recent Shenmue 3 video. I definitely have some different opinions now compared to what I did previously, because a lot of the information we had wasn't all 100% accurate because the information changed like anything else. So let's get started here. It's interesting, I sat on the original story for 2 days because I wanted to wait till I had the most current info. I guess I should have waited a lot longer because the information and misinformation kept being constantly updated. There's a lot more to the Shenmue Kickstarter than me and many others initially thought. Sony is not funding the development of Shenmue, they are strictly in a marketing partnership relationship. I feel they should have been way more forthright about this. I will even make the bold statement that Sony probably hurt Shenmue 3's Kickstarter by doing this. A lot of people probably saw this and were like, oh, it's funded and Sony's going to foot the bill. I don't need to contribute now. If Sony had been more clear about the relationship from the get-go, Shenmue 3 might have gotten more funding in the Kickstarter to begin with. Though Shenmue 3's relationship with Sony probably still helped nonetheless. Shenmue 3 has reached its goal of $2 million, but Yu Suzuki needs at the very least $10 million to make his vision a reality, and $5 million just to make it even decent. At the time I'm recording this, we have 6 hours to go and we're at $5,843,336 have been pledged to this Kickstarter. Here's another issue though for me, is that Sega still owns the license to Shenmue 1 and 2. Yu Suzuki only has the rights to make Shenmue 3, so seeing all 3 games on a compilation disc is highly unlikely. It's also highly unlikely Sega would release Shenmue 1 and 2 3 HD if 3 doesn't get made right or do well. The other thing to consider is who the heck wants to play the third game in a niche series without playing the first 2? It is going to be even more difficult considering the rise in price of the first 2 games. The original Shenmue was supposed to be a franchise where you could take your game save from the first game, transfer it to the second game, and so on. The modern equivalent of that would be the Mass Effect series. I think that was a really important part of the game franchise to begin with, so it's pretty frustrating that we probably won't be able to do that with the PS4 version if the HD versions don't come out. I also don't think I necessarily agree with a lot of other people out there who say, oh, if we don't get $10 million, Shenmue won't be the true open world experience. I don't agree with the concept that Shenmue is a truly traditional open world game. The reason is because think about the first Shenmue game. The first Shenmue game is very linear if you think about it. Yeah, you can go around the town and do different things and whatnot. And you don't have to follow an exact story, but eventually you still have to follow a story. It's not like you can go from the main area to the docks in the very first beginning of the game. Whereas a game like the original Legend of Zelda, for example, you could basically go explore anywhere in the world pretty much, and you could do dungeons out of order. That is not the case with Shenmue. If Shenmue's anything, it's kind of like Ocarina of Time, in the sense that, yeah, there's an open world, but there's certain places you definitely can't go to. So it's not truly the essence of open world. To me, Shenmue is the first free game, fully reactive eyes entertainment, which means you can look at just about anything in there and do a lot of, it's truly the essence of a side quest game, and that's what I've always really enjoyed about it. So to me, it being, it can only be it's like it was never an open world game to begin with. Then again, maybe I haven't played enough of Shenmue 2 to really make that judgment. As you can see in here, I haven't gotten that far yet. But that's my opinion on that. And anyways, I want to address some of the comments I got in the comment section in regards to what I had posted in my previous video. I feel like some might have took my previous video out of context because the information I just said was not available at the time. It's very important to judge a video not based on the info you are hearing, but when the video came out. A good example was Metal Jesus Rocks and Reggie. They had posted a video about Kickstarter, and they got some flack for some of the things they had said about Shenmue 3's Kickstarter. And they said, oh, they hurt the franchise. They're going to hurt the Shenmue 3 Kickstarter by saying this misinformation. I'll agree, it was misinformation, but maybe they weren't following it enough. How would they, and again, that was the initial reaction where a lot of people thought that. So I can understand where they're coming from, I really don't think what they said actually hurt the Kickstarter, because I think the people who are real Shenmue 3 fans are probably just as obsessive as anybody else and are going to actually know what the real information is anyways. it's not like this is a really well-known game, guys. So it's like, it's extraordinary though what it has done. It's extraordinary the fact that it's broken a Kickstarter record for, you know, the most funded video game in the video game category on Kickstarter. And that's incredible. With 5 or 6 hours to go left in the Kickstarter, originally I had said I wouldn't contribute it because there was no physical PS4 copy available. Will I do it now? And you know, honestly, I would have if they had done this from the get-go. Unfortunately, by the time they finally decided to offer a physical PS4 copy, I'd already spent my gaming budget for the month. And that is really unfortunate. I'm a full-time college student with a mortgage and responsibilities. For me, every dollar counts. And you know, a lot of other people are saying too that, oh, this is only going to be the only time anyone's ever going to be able to get a physical PS4 copy of Shenmue 3, that this is the only opportunity. I don't really believe that for a second, because again, like I've said before, how many times have we heard, oh, this is never getting a physical copy, and then one comes out because enough people demand it that it finally comes out. One thing I did actually spend my gaming budget on this month was I pre-ordered Shovel Knight for the 3DS, which is another game everybody said there's not going to be a physical copy. And guess what? I just pre-ordered it, so apparently there very well could be one. And I truly believe there will be a physical copy available of Shenmue 3, and when that comes out, I will gladly pick that up. I hope this clears up a lot of things from my previous video. I wish Shenmue 3 all the best, and I hope old and new fans of the series alike contribute to the Kickstarter. I wish I had a lot more disposable income to burn, otherwise I would have donated the minute I heard about it without even thinking about it. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Definitely check out my social media platforms for the latest on what's going on with me and my channel. Thanks again, and keep on gaming.